Hey guys, welcome to Sims 3 101. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to build on cliff lots. A few people have been requesting this over the past couple of days, especially with Lunar Island, and I thought it's about time we sort of get stuck into it. Now, this kind of involves a lot of constrained floor elevation. Well, not really, but it kind of involves an understanding. At least I think it does. I do want to do a separate in-depth series on Creator World, on constrained floor elevation. Because there's kind of a lot of backing and kind of foundation that I guess would be helpful to know when using it, which we're going to kind of cover a little bit of it now. So let's open up our cheat window and type in constrain floor elevation false. So we can get that cheat going. One thing to understand, first thing, which is pretty important, is one wall is 16 steps high. And by that, I mean, if you place a stair from the top, if we actually get some flooring first, that'd be a great idea. Yes, good planning ahead there. You also notice our wall wasn't flat there, but it's flattened out because of the cheat. If we place stairs from the top, there are 16 steps that go up. And then, so that's the first sort of important thing to know. So 16 for one level. Let's get rid of that. Now, for a foundation by default, that is 4 steps. So 4 foundation heights equals 1 wall. Okay? So that's the quarter height of a wall. That's a good thing to know, right? So now, if you use the foundation tool, this is just kind of the basics again we're going over. If you use the foundation tool and hold down the Alt key, we get this height of foundation. That is 1 step. 1 step of foundation. So that is 1/16. Right, so now you're probably wondering, where does this sit in cliff lot building? All right, so if we build our house, we're going to have to build a house on foundation if we want to build on the cliff as well. So I'm saying if we want to build a level down here, then we're going to have to build on foundation for that to work. So if we build our house from this height here, like that, and we want another level down there, we've got 4 steps here, and we know a wall is 16 steps high. So that means underneath, from this point under here, we need to go down another 12 steps. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the center of this foundation, but we're going to turn off the cheat first. So we're just going to replace false with true, because if we don't, then the foundation will sort of mess up. But let's just remove that out of the way so we can sort of work with the area that we have. And there we go. So let's grab our stairs now. What we're going to do actually real quick was going to level out from one of the corners, any of the corner, pick a corner, just level out from there. Because sometimes it's not completely flat. So we're going to grab our stairs, and when you place a stair on terrain, you'll see you get 4 automatically. So we're going to place 3 because we need to get 12 steps of height for a wall to be able to exist underneath the foundation. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've got 3 stairs in a row, and this point at the bottom is high enough for a wall to fit in. And that's exactly the height we want. And this is why it's important to understand how many steps exist in the height of a wall, and that's 16, like we talked about before. Let's just flatten out all this extra area there, and now we have this like perfect cutaway where a wall can fit in. So sometimes it will not be exact though, but you can of course fix that with constrained floor elevation. But if we put in a wall there, you'll see it fit in. It didn't argue, it didn't get upset or anything like that. But let's just do something a little sort of following the sort of terrain here. Let's just do that for a bit of, just make it a little bit interesting. Get rid of the excess foundation there. On the level above, you see that the sort of grid squares aren't quite happy about that, but you can just level it out. I don't even have the cheat on right now, by the way. So we didn't even really need to use constrained floor elevation in this instance. However, you can need it from time to time. But now we got that level living right below, and we can actually just build straight on top of it. And this is pretty much how you build on a cliff and sort of make it blend in really nicely. It's pretty straightforward, but it does require the knowledge that 16 steps equals 1 wall height. A foundation is 4 steps high, and then an adjusted foundation is 1 step high. I'm just turning off water roof. So there you go. That's kind of built into the cliff right there. And then what you could do, not what else, you can grab your stilted foundation. Actually, we'll use this one. Excuse me. And we can bring it out here as like actually, no, we'll use a wooden one. That'll probably look better. So we can go like that. It does create a weird little break in the wall there, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah, we can't intersect the wall. So we're just going to add like a deck onto the front of it here. And what I'm going to do, first of all, continue it all the way out. Well, actually, no, we'll make it hang on a little bit long. I'm just playing around with design right now, to be honest. So let's get That there. Let's just go one back and do the same here. Just a weird sort of little design there. Of course, if you wanted, you could adjust the terrain underneath here and sort of have a lower area here too where your Sims can walk around on. And what you could do is if you remove the middle of this sort of deck foundation here, then it will remove some of the excess stilts that you don't really need. And we'll sort of open up this area there. So now we've only got stilts sort of around the outside, which I think looks a lot better. And then what you can do is, of course, just add your flooring in wherever you want it. Let's turn off grid because that's kind of annoying. Like that. So that'd be our deck. Maybe we should make it out of wood so it looks a little bit better. Let's grab that one. Let's rotate it like that. And then we could do the same down the bottom if we wanted. Like that. Anyway, this is kind of just a brief sort of look at how you can build into a cliff quite easily. At least I think it's pretty easy. But like I said, in future, I do want to do a proper full in-depth tutorial series on creator style. I keep saying the wrong thing. First it was creator world, then I said creator style. I mean constrained floor elevation. I want to do a part one would be the basics, the fundamentals of what the cheat is, what it does, what it can do. Part two would be kind of like how to get started with it. And then moving forward from there is what I would like to do with that. But this doesn't, I guess we didn't really use constrained floor elevation, to be honest. We didn't actually need it at all. We did this completely without the cheat, but you may need to use it, is just be aware of that. So if you do need to use it, you might have to fiddle around with it and get it working. Excuse me. So there you go. That's built on a cliff. What you can do is, of course, do the same thing, but do it with a foundation that is, if you hold down Alt, if you use this one is obviously closer to the ground. Now remember, this is 1 step high. So we need to go down into the terrain 15 steps, not 12. So it's a similar idea, but we got to go down a bit further. And the way we do that is grabbing our stair tool. And we'll do the same 3 again. Like that. And then we'll flatten out to this area. This is not the right height. Not yet anyways. We've got to go a bit further down. So let's just flatten that out first. Then we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to go 3 more steps. So if we hold down the Alt key, click and drag, you'll sometimes get 1 step. It's a bit weird on terrain. It doesn't work too well. But so we got 1 step there. Then go from that lower height again and click and drag. Try and get 1 stair again. It's not wanting to work. Let's flatten out a slightly larger area to work with. Like I said, it's a bit picky with how it wants to work. Let me try and grab that stair there. So hold down the Alt key, click and drag, got another stair. So it seems to want a bit more space to be able to do this. So we'll flatten out this. And we're going to do 1 more to get 15 steps. Click and drag. There it is. That's the one we want. Now this is 15 steps down from the height of our foundation, which means we can fit a wall in there perfectly fine. Let's see if it lets us. It does let us. No problems. And again, we've done it. This time the foundation is closer to the ground. So it kind of looks like the house is only 1 story from the front, which is pretty cool. I think that's always a cool look. So you can't tell that there's a party in the back. It's all business in the front, party in the back. And yeah, that's how you build into a cliff lot. Just keep in mind, 1 wall equals 16 steps. A regular foundation is 4 steps high. 1 using the Alt key is 1 step high, and then you just do the basic maths, get your stairs in place, away you go. It's really that simple. At least I think it's pretty straightforward once you understand the concept. But I hope this helped you, and I hope you can build some awesome cliff lots in Lunar Island. Of course, download to the world is in the description below. Check it out. It's awesome. At least I think it's awesome. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and have a great day.